Module 3, Professional Development. Welcome to Module 3 of the Leadership course, Professional Development. We've seen how the principal and the leadership team work together to create a system of leadership in the school focused on improving teaching and learning. They spend a good deal of time working with and observing teachers firsthand to identify instructional strengths and weaknesses. They provide opportunities for teachers to assess their own strengths and weaknesses, and they keep student learning data front and center in the discussions. The triangulation of these data, observations by your principal and peers, self-assessment, and student learning data is used to target and develop relevant and impactful group and individual professional development programs. In order to support teachers in doing their best work, they must have opportunities to grow, to learn, and to advance their knowledge and skill, individually and as a team. This occurs through professional development. We have come a long way in the area of professional development. More often than not, schools are using performance and observation data to determine targeted areas of need. Teachers are provided greater opportunities to learn and share from one another. And professional development is not something that happens only off-site at a retreat or workshop led by an expert. In many cases, it is happening in the classroom or teachers' meeting with a group of teachers or by a colleague with something to share. Our understanding of professional development and what makes it effective is evolving, but there are a few practices regarding its quality that remain unchanged. Let's take a look at the indicators that will guide this module. Professional development for teachers includes observations by the principal related to indicators of effective teaching and classroom management. Professional development for teachers includes observations by peers related to indicators of effective teaching and classroom management. Professional development for teachers includes self-assessment related to the indicators of effective teaching and classroom management. Teachers are required to make individual professional development plans based on classroom observations. Professional development for the whole faculty includes assessment of strengths and areas in need of improvement from classroom observations of indicators of effective teaching. The principal plans opportunities for teachers to share their strengths with other teachers. Teacher evaluation examines the same indicators used in professional development. Let's start with what professional development includes or how it is informed. The indicators seen here reference classroom observations and indicators of effective teaching and classroom management. We spent a lot of time discussing the importance of classroom observations in Module 1, the principal's role. Principals spend at least 50% of their time working directly with teachers to improve instruction, including classroom observation. We also referenced the use of effective instruction and classroom management indicators for classroom observations. These indicators are the focus of our instruction course. We have also included them in your workbook for quick reference. Using these indicators, sharing them with teachers, and asking teachers to conduct a self-assessment against these indicators puts everyone on the same page when it comes to classroom observations, whether they are for purpose of professional development or evaluation, and whether the observations are by other teachers or the principal. Here are the benefits to using these indicators. Serves as a guide to both the observer and the observed on what effective teaching looks like and what should be observed. Serves as an assessment tool for both the observer and the observed to use in determining instructional strengths and areas to be improved. Ensures that professional development plans are individualized and grounded in data for each teacher. Determines patterns of practice across the faculty and identifies teachers who are excellent in particular practices. Good information for planning professional development for the whole faculty. Offers a consistent framework for monitoring improvement and measuring progress. Professional development is designed for individual teachers where specific areas for improvement emerge, but it also alerts the principal and leadership team to areas of need across a team, a grade, a subject, or even a school. Involving teachers in the design of their professional development is not only the professional thing to do, it gives them ownership of the results as well. Following an observation meeting, the principal and teacher engage in a discussion regarding the teacher's professional development plan, the focus of our next indicator. Teachers are required to make individual professional development plans based on classroom observations. Let's quickly review the steps that comprise the joint process of developing professional development plans. The principal or another teacher would meet with the observed teacher before the observation to review the indicators and again after the observation to discuss the observer's impressions. The teacher and the observer then create or update a professional development plan for the teacher, listing A. Observed strengths and ways the teacher might share his or her expertise with other teachers, and B. Areas that need improvement and steps toward improvement. The observer assists the teacher in carrying out these next steps. Continuous improvement of each teacher's skills is achieved through a variety of means, including whole faculty workshops, consultations with instructional teams, the principal's work with individual teachers and with teams, and through collegial learning, teacher to teacher, including peer observations, study groups, coaching, and mentoring. We have included a professional development plan template in your workbook. Remember the classroom observations that were completed, aggregated, and provided to the leadership team to identify areas of strength and weaknesses across the faculty? Professional development for the whole faculty includes assessment of strengths and areas in need of improvement from classroom observations of indicators of effective teaching. Reviewing the aggregated data from classroom observations can make quite an impact on the improvement of teaching and learning throughout a school. Professional development needs are isolated and delivery is targeted. What types of useful information might this practice yield in your school? What do you risk overlooking or missing out on by not implementing it?
One of the professional development afternoons that we had last year, we did part of it based on some of the reading strategies and the literacy strategies that were being implemented throughout the English and other departments, that they shared those with the teachers as a whole in smaller groups. And while some teachers were in that professional development training, others were in a technology training that some teachers had been to a conference somewhere and were sharing some of the ideas that they thought could be implemented in the classroom. And then we rotated through those two programs.
How could we open the eyes of our faculty to the environments that we are receiving? And that was our biggest challenge. And usually it's many different ways, but we started with a particular book that, it discussed how many different styles, how many different environments, how many different situations are coming to us. Probably most of our people had no idea we had 43% free and reduced lunch students. Not only that, but the type of students that are on that list, because we had students on the high honor roll. We had students that were in the National Honor Society, that were athletes. And I don't think people really understood. Thanks to the superintendent and our school board, they okayed the purchase of a book for the entire faculty, not just faculty and staff. So our cafeteria staff, our bus drivers, our maintenance people were all given a copy of this book to read over the summer. Our opening introduction meeting this year, we started with that. We hope to bring in another specialist, a trainer in this book at the beginning of next year to follow up with that.
Reviewing the aggregated data from classroom observations can make quite an impact on the improvement of teaching and learning throughout a school. Professional development needs are isolated and delivery is targeted. What types of useful information might this practice yield in your school? What do you risk overlooking or missing out on by not implementing it? Classroom observations don't just reveal areas for improvement, they also reveal areas of strength. This provides the principal and leadership team with great opportunities to provide job-embedded professional development for teachers delivered by their own colleagues. The principal plans opportunities for teachers to share their strengths with other teachers. Remember the capacity building function of the principal for Module 1? Providing opportunities for high-performing teachers to share and demonstrate their skill is another way that principals build leadership capacity.